Last year, Etsy ads were so rubbish, I would have made more money actually just spending the same amount on Etsy stock, buying shares in Etsy, than I would have done on advertising and creating listings and doing all that work. Let's talk about this. So today I'm going to take you through the numbers to find out how I could have made 10 times more money just buying Etsy stocks and shares rather than spending money on Etsy ads. And I'm even going to actually take the plunge and dabble in the stock market. And we'll see how much I've made in my shares in the 2 days so far. And if you're wanting to join me on that, I'll even give you a free share. Hey, I'm Duthie, and I have been super disappointed by Etsy ads. If you haven't seen these already, wait to the end to get a link to see some of last week's videos where I found out just how much Etsy ads were ripping me off and how even Etsy told me to turn the ads off. I'd done everything I could. The ads are just rubbish. And in those videos, I suggested taking that $60 a month that I've been spending on Etsy ads and trying it in other get-rich-quick schemes around about the internet. Where else can I spend that $60 to try and make some money? And when I suggested one of the possible strategies was dabbling in the stock market, quite a few people reached out to me to let me know that their Etsy stock had done better than Etsy ads. So I thought I would look into this, and I thought that had to be the first place to put my money. Because let's face it, it's totally not fair. The people with excess money not doing any work are going to get more money than the people paying Etsy for the ads and then having to make their own products and doing all the extra work. And we've also said quite often that as soon as Etsy kind of floated on the stock exchange, it was more beholden to its shareholders than it was to its little crafters like us. So now I've got a tiny piece of Etsy. You answer to me, guys. Yeah, really, that's not how it works. But anyway, I've got some shares in Etsy now. But let's run the numbers first of all. So what I did was I looked at the stock prices for Etsy, and wow, that's a pretty good looking climb. And it makes sense, really. Online shopping has been doing great this year because of, yeah, what's happening in the world. So Etsy shares have been looking really tasty. So what I did was on the first of each month, I looked at what the price of the shares would be on that very day and imagined that I'd put $60, that I'd purchased $60 of sales on that day. And I went through each month until we got to the same time period that I'd looked at the Etsy ads for the year. So that was the 26th of October. And I calculated what each little bundle of those shares would have made by the share price that came out on the 26th of October. And adding them all together gave a pretty nice number. All the money that I'd invested over the course of this year, if I'd put it into shares and not ads, would now be worth $1,250. That would have more than doubled my money. And comparing that to Etsy, in Etsy I got over $600 in sales. However, when you take away what I've spent in ads, it actually adds up to significantly less. Because with the shares, I haven't lost the money unless the price goes down. I haven't lost the money. So with Etsy ads, when I spend $50 and I get $60 back, I've spent $50, so I'm only getting $10. I've lost money. Now, obviously, there was some time when I wasn't running ads over the year, but I couldn't be bothered to do like totally the correct numbers. But when I look at Etsy ads, when I take away what I spent on ads was $495. What I got back was $615. So if we subtract the one from the other, how much my money, how much all that I invested into Etsy ads came back as was $119. $119. My money, my $495 had shrunk into $119. So Etsy stocks would have more than 10 times how much money I would have had left in my pocket at the end of the year. That's a crazy difference in money. And not only that, but if we think about it, from the Etsy $120, I had to make 6 sculptures. I had to converse with 6 customers. I had to work super hard. And now, sculptures and talking to customers and all the rest of it takes longer time than this. But if I factor in, say, 3 hours for each sculpture, that would be 18 hours. So for those 18 hours a year working away, if I paid myself a minimum wage, we're talking something like $144 for that year, because time is money. In time I had spent creating these things. So we're talking nearly $30 lost. I make a loss of $30, not taking into account raw materials or anything else. But with the adverts, I took a loss of $30. Whereas if I'd have bought stock on Etsy, $1,250. So I'm not going to lie, that made me think that, I mean, obviously I've always been told trading on the stock exchange is such a gamble, and I'm going to say right now, I am not a financial advisor. Do not take financial advice from me. These videos are for entertainment purposes and just to see what I'm doing. So if you want to sit back and watch me lose some money, then go ahead. But I've spent the weekend doing a little bit of research into this, watching loads of YouTubers, reading lots of articles. And one YouTuber that really caught my eye was Mama Furfur. Not only because she's a smart woman, but she's also a Glaswegian, so just up the road from me. So awesome to take some advice from Mama Furfur. And her and many other people suggested a trading platform called Trading 212. Now this is a UK site, but it can be used worldwide. It has the ability to be used in many different locations. And the good thing about this site is it's really not complicated. There's no fee structure or anything. You don't pay for buying shares or selling shares. They make their money on the more complicated day trading stuff, I think. But it's kind of free for us and pretty easy to use. So, not sponsored, but I signed up for them. And the good thing was I got a link for one free share when I signed up. So, I signed up. It was really easy. You just give them a few details. Now there's 3 types of accounts. I went for a savings ISA account. That's a tax-free saving in the UK. I don't have an ISA yet. I believe you can put in about £20,000 worth of savings into an ISA every year. So yeah, I don't have £20,000 worth of savings every year. But I thought, yeah, good place to start. We don't pay taxes on that, so awesome. We've already paid taxes on it, but yeah, great start. The other account I would recommend is safer if you're looking for this. If you already have an ISA or you don't have ISAs in your country, you can just have a savings account. There is a third type of account, but that's the risky trading one, which I've seen stats that are telling you that on average people are losing 70% of their money on the dodgy trading ones, which I actually thinking is still... Dodgy day trading still brings a better return than Etsy ads. Oh my. Anyway, I don't know much about that, and I wouldn't recommend people opening up an account like that unless they know what they're doing. So I just had to fill in a few details on Trading 212. If you're in the UK, they need to know your national insurance number, but it's all fairly straightforward. And Trading 212 is regulated the same as all the banks, and it's backed up, so I think it's £80,000 worth of your money is safe, so yeah, it's worth it. So yeah, I thought it was worth a go. And another cool thing, look, if you want to join me with this, you can sign up and not put any money in, and you can run a practice account. I think they give you a ridiculous amount of money. I think it's like £50,000 or something of free fake money that you can trade with. So you can buy and sell shares and see how that goes with your fake money and see how you increase or decrease. So there's a fun little thing to play around with. Although I think if I'd have started this year playing with fake money and my fake money had made all this profit, I would have been a bit annoyed I was just playing with fake money. So on Sunday I decided to dive in and try and buy shares, because the longer I waited, the more nervous I would get. This is something brand new to me. So I put in my bids. Etsy wasn't going through for some reason to start with. I have no idea why. So I thought for funsies I would hit up AstraZeneca. I just decided to do that because I used to work in pharmaceutical companies, not AstraZeneca, but AstraZeneca is working on the Cambridge vaccine for this lurgy thing we're all suffering. Don't know if it's going to be the one to win, but it's in stage 3 trial, so I thought let's support a company that's hopefully doing something good for the year. So I bought a few AstraZeneca shares, and then I figured out how to get my Etsy shares to go in. So I bought £50 worth of Etsy shares. I'd put £75 in my account to start it up. Now, I didn't realise, I got a bit confused because I couldn't see what was going on, but when you put in your bids, I'd put it in on a Sunday night when the stock market was actually closed. I didn't know this shows the research I'd done. But what happens is when the stock market opens, then Trading 212 dives in and buys the shares for you. So my AstraZeneca shares went through in the morning on Monday, my Etsy shares went through in the afternoon because UK and US time differences. And at that point my free share also turned up, and actually for a free share I got a $9 share. That's pretty good. So from my £75 that I put into this account, I've not spent it all yet, but from my £75 that has already grown to like £82 because AstraZeneca and Etsy shares have gone up a teeny bit. I say a teeny bit. They've gone up like $1 or something. That's not bad for a day. But yeah, so my stocks are worth more than when I bought them. As I say, I know nothing about stocks and shares, but if you're interested, I'll keep you updated on how my Etsy is doing. Like I say, I have this $60 a month now that I'm not going to spend on Etsy ads, so let's see if I can make more money with it somewhere else. And if you're interested in setting up a Trading 212 account, I have a link below where if you sign up and deposit $1, you will get one free share. It comes through the next day, it buys a random share, and they say up to the value of £100. As I say, mine was just under a tenner, so that was pretty reasonable, I think. So the cool thing is, for the first 20 people to sign up and put the pound in, not only do you get a share, but I also get another free share. So I kind of love that. I don't get paid anything, but I get another free share. And after that, anyone who comes and clicks after those first 20 have gone through, you still get your free share, I just don't get anything. That's why I didn't link to the Mama Fur link, because obviously she's had her 20 clicks, so she's had her 20 free shares, but I still got the free share. And as soon as you sign up, you will also have the ability with this. So if you've got friends and family who've been interested in dabbling in the stock exchange, if you send them your link once you're signed up, then you'll get the free share and they'll get the free share as well. So if you're thinking of dipping your toes in, it might be a good idea, but bear in mind share prices can go up or down. Bear in mind Etsy ads can be rubbish. Anyway, this is a totally new thing for me. If you want to keep updated with how my share is doing, just let me know in the comments down below. Who knows where we might end up in this trying to make money because Etsy ain't helping us anymore. Hope that helped, and I'll see you next time.